Hi guys, this is Untitled Chapter. In today's session, I am here to talk about something called as slide masters in your PowerPoint slides. When do we use it? What is a slide master? And a whole lot of things about slide masters. We will discuss it in just about a moment, but I want to first take you through a case. So here we have a presentation on annual sales performance of a company, and given by some gentleman here. I have about 8 odd slides here. Okay, this is the product launch timeline, how the products have been launched. So in this year, swing machines and 1946 with machine exports and so on and so forth. So this is just some animated stuff. This is the product launch timeline, that how has the company launched different products. Moving on to the next slide. Year-on-year sales since 2007. So in 2007, they had about 750 millions in sales, and by the time they reached 2013, they had about 2,000 million of sales. Let's move on. We have some comparative sales performance product-wise. So in water coolers, what has been the total revenue contribution of the total 100%, and how much in revenue absolute terms has the company done. What has been the growth of this product line, and if you have any comments. So since this is just a dummy slide, I have used some commentary for each product line can come in here if you have any commentary. So this is just dummy as of now. Let's just move on. Human resources. So there are two parts of the presentation. The first part talks about sales. This part talks about sales. Okay. There are two slides in sales, actually 3 slides. So one is the product launch timeline, the other one is year-on-year sales, and then we have the comparative sales performance product-wise. So 3 slides in the sales division, and then in the same presentation we move on to the second part of the presentation, which is human resources, and then there are 2 odd slides here. It talks about the attrition rate of the company in financial year 12 versus financial year 13. Some highlighting statements here, how the company has done in terms of attrition. Some things here, just to highlight the stuff. This is all just dummy data that I have used to help you understand what can a slide master do for you better. And then finally we just say a thank you note. So we have about 8 odd slides here, and if you just if I just get you back to the PowerPoint view, they have I have 2 parts of the presentation. One is the sales part, and the other one is the human resources part. Now I'm going to talk about slide masters now. So what exactly is a slide master, you may be wondering. Slide Master is nothing but it's just a tool available in PowerPoint presentation by which you can create customized templates for your presentation. So this is a customized template. So the first part of the presentation has a theme which is blue. All the diagrams and everything else is in blue, and the rest half the presentation is in orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a new slide. The shortcut for inserting a new slide is Control N for November. Alternatively, you can also go to File and click on New here, and a blank presentation. Okay, so here I am. I have a blank presentation with me. I'm just going to take off this stuff here, and I have to go to that tool in PowerPoint where I can develop my own customized templates, which is nothing but the slide master tool, which is available in the view tab. In the view tab you have to go click on the slide master. Now you will be able to create slide masters for your presentations only if you are in the slide master view, not otherwise. Okay, so just a bit of explanation here that how things look like in the slide master view. So if you just take a look at these empty presentations or these empty layouts. These are nothing but these are submasters. The first one is called a slide master. Um, the easiest way to understand, to differentiate between a submaster and a slide master, is that the slide master is the top slide. The size of this slide is a little bigger than the other slides. So the easiest ways to understand the functionality of the slide master, which is the first slide, is that if you put anything on the slide master, it will replicate itself to all the slides. So if I have to give you a demonstration here, let me just insert an object. So I'm just going to go to insert any shape. Let's say pick up a square and I'll insert a square here. Now as soon as I insert a square here, do you see that the square has been replicated to all the slides? So you put anything here in this slide and it will be replicated to all the slides. It can be a piece of text, it can be a piece of company logo, or anything that you want to replicate to all the slides universally across your presentation. You have to put that thing on the slide master. Okay, so as simple as that. And these are other layouts, so as in whenever I need this layout, I can activate this slide and I can have it. We'll talk about it in a while and we'll see how to use it, but as of now I'm just hoping that the slide master thing is clear to you. It's as simple as that. You put anything onto this and it just replicates on all the slides for that matter. So I'm just deleting this thing. Now coming back to the case that I had here, the other presentation. So I'm just going to go to the other presentation. Okay. Now if I have to ask you that what is that thing in this presentation that is being repeated on all the slides, irrespective of which slide is that in, is it a title slide or the content slide, it doesn't really matter. What are those things in this presentation that are being repeated on all the slides? So let's just see. So I'm just quickly going to run through all the slides and let's see if you can figure out by the end of the slide which are those things. So okay, first slide is this. I'm sure you've had a look at this. Let's just go to the next slide. So these are some bit of animations. I'm just going to quickly skip it through. Okay, the next slide. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next slide. Then I'm going to go to the next slide. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide. Okay, and then thank you. So if you just see that this company logo, which is as of now Goodly's logo, because this is just a hypothetical slide, and the classified and confidential stamp here on the left hand side. So these are two things that you will find invariably on all the slides. So I'm just going to run through you again. You can just take a look. Yes, there are on this slide, on this slide, on this slide, and probably on all the slides for that matter. Now, as I said that the slide master can have those things which you want to repeat on all the slides. So I would want to keep the Goodly logo on my master slide. So this is my master slide, and I would want to keep a logo right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this logo, Control C to copy. I come onto this slide. I just have to make sure that I'm in the slide master view, and I paste the logo here on the right hand side. The logo is pasted. I don't want all this stuff since my slide is clean. Also what I want, apart from the logo, is a classified and confidential stamp. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. You can see this. I'm just going to zoom in. Classified and confidential. Now, as I said that anything you put on a master slide, it just replicates on all the slides. Let's just see if that has been replicated or not. Yes, it has been, and would be invariably be present in all the slides because that's the job of the master slide. Now let's move on. Let's move on. This is the thing that we want on invariably on all the slides. Now let's just check out that how can we create a template of this presentation. Now this is a title slide, and apart from the two things that run on all the slides, we have other two things, which is the name of the section. This is the section for sales performance, and the name of the person who is the presenter of this section. So I'm going to go to the slide master here, and I cannot now work on the slide master, because if I start working here, it's going to be replicated to all the slides. So I have to come to the first layout, which is a sub master, and start working here. So I'm just going to take off all this stuff. Now the conventional way of adding text to a presentation is this: you go to the insert, I'm sure you know this, and you go to the text box, the text box, and you insert a text box and you start adding any stuff. So let's say annual sales performance. Right. This is the way that you kind of add any text. But if you just see this slide, I'm not sure of the name here. The name has to be entered by the user when he's sitting down to make the slide. As of now, I'm just creating a template. Okay. So when I'm not sure about the text, then I do not insert a text box. I do not insert this. Rather than that, I insert something called as a placeholder. So I'm just going to go to the slide master. I will find the placeholder here, slide master. It says insert placeholder, and I will insert a text placeholder because I won't want to insert a text. So I'm just going to draw the placeholder here. Okay, the placeholder is nothing but it's just a empty place for the user to enter the customized text. So tomorrow, if the user thinks that okay, I would not want to have this as a sales presentation, but I would want to have this as a finance presentation, so he can quickly just change it. So we'll see that how do we change that stuff quickly. But as of now, if you have something more dynamic, which is not going to be static and the user has to decide it, you use a placeholder over a text box. Text box is for static things. So for example, this is a text box. This is a text box because I know that classified and confidential has to be repeated on all the slides. I don't have any dilemma about that. So here I'm going to be using a placeholder. So I delete all of this stuff. I don't want the second, third, fourth, fifth levels. I delete this. I don't want bullet. I delete this. I pick up a font. So let's say I'm picking up a font called Century Gothic, and font size about 24. Since the theme of the slide is blue, so I'm going to pick up blue. Okay, and I also have to write down that who the presenter of the slide is. So I'm just going to copy the same placeholder. How did I copy? I just held the control key on my keypad, and then I drag this text box down, and I will drag it down to the place where I want to copy it and leave the click of the mouse first, and then I will leave the control key on the keypad, and this is copied. The placeholder is copied. And now I don't want it in the same size, rather I want it much smaller than 24 point size. So I'm just going to reduce the point size. So this is about 16. This is fine, absolutely. Now anyone who's making the presentation can easily enter sales and then enter the name of the person. The next thing in this presentation is the content slide, where the content is going to come. Now this content on the slide is absolutely dynamic. It can change as you move on to slides. So what is relatively more static is this. There's going to be a headline, we don't know what, and there's going to be an underline underneath the headline. So I'm just going to create that. Going back here, now I'm done with the title slide. I'm going to come back here. I'm deleting this stuff. Okay, and I'm just going to insert a line into shapes, and I pick up a line. Now to draw a straight line, it's a simple trick. You just hold the shift key and you're able to draw a straight line. While drawing, just hold the shift key, and I pick up the outline as blue, my standard theme color. Now again, I want to place a title here, but I'm not sure that what the title is going to be. The title can change. So instead of the text box, I will apply a placeholder. So I'm just going to go to placeholder and apply a text placeholder. We'll draw a placeholder here and just drag it on the top, put it on the left. Just going to take off all this stuff. I don't need the bullet. I will take off the bullet. I will be consistent in choosing the font. So for all my titles, I will choose Century Gothic and let the font size be about 22. Since this is a blue theme, I certainly want a blue colored text as well. Okay. Now let's just go and look at the second part. I'm done with this. So I have two types of slides here. I have the content slide and the title slide, I'm sorry, which holds the title of the presentation, and then the content slides, as many as I want. Now let's just go and have a look at the other slide, which is in the orange theme, which is for human resources, but this is also susceptible to change. So let me just go and work around here. So I'm just going to take off all this stuff. Now the only difference between this slide and this slide is the color. So I certainly want the heading, and I certainly want the name of the person who's presenting this section, but the color is going to change, as in the theme is going to change. So I'm just going to paste this here, and I will change the theme of this text to orange. That's about it. Nothing else is changing. You can just take a look. This is human resources. The department can change to human resources, can change to finance or operations or anything, and the presenter can also change. So I have just created two placeholders for them. Now moving on to the next slide. If you just take a look, this is the content slide. Now the content is again dynamic. I'm not very sure that what the content is going to be. I'm just creating templates as of now. I'm just reiterating the point. So what I want is the heading, which is again dynamic, but I want the heading for short, some heading, and then I want a dividing line between the heading and the content. So I'm just going to create that. I'm deleting all this stuff. Now I can simply copy this, copy these two. This is my placeholder, this is my line. I can press Ctrl C to copy, come on to this slide, and then press Ctrl V to paste. But the difference is that this theme has to be in orange. So I'm just going to select the placeholder text and come to this A, the font color, and click on here so that this becomes orange, and also make my line color to be orange. So right click on the line, fill the outline color with orange, and that's about it. We are sorted here. So if you see there are no other slides here, you can just write a thank you slide in the end. That's not a big thing. So there are no other slides here. You have the title slide, we have done the work for that, and you have the content slide, we have done the work for that. So now I'm just going to close my slide master. As of now, I was working in the slide master tab. I have to close it. So here I go, I close it. Now the first slide here, if I just take a look, is for annual sales performance for 2013 by some gentleman here. So let's just go and so I'm just going to click on the left panel and click on the layout. Now I want the title slide, so I will just click on the first title slide here. Right, I get the two placeholders. Now they're asking me that click to add the text, so now I can add any text. So I can say that this is let's say sales performance for 2013. So sales performance 2013. I can enter any dummy text, and you can put in any name by Jack, Bradman, some name, and that's about it. And the next slide that I want is for the content slide. So I press enter here, I click here, and then I press enter. It creates another slide and automatically kind of puts in the content slide, and I can enter any content. So I can say what was it here? This was product launch timeline, so I can say the same, product launch timeline. Okay, and then I can have my content here, and I can add as many slides as I want. Now as soon as I'm done with this part of the presentation, and I want to move to the next part of the presentation, I can simply select the slide, again right click on it. I already have the template made, so I'm just going to go to layouts, and I'm going to go to the section header here. This was my second template, and I'm just going to insert anything. Let's say this is finance and not human resources, so financial snapshot for 2013, and I can say this is by Paul Jones, some name, and then probably I can just add as many number of slides as I want. So I'm just going to click on this slide and press enter, and I get to have these slides. So as of now, these are title slides again, but I don't want the title slides, I want the content slides. So I'm just going to select these slides together. I click on them, and I'm going to say that I want a content slide here. So I get a content slide. Put in your heading and you're good to go. So I'm just going to put in any heading, financial snapshot. And this is financial projections. Okay. Now, if you just take a look at the template that we have made, this is quick, this is fast, and this also takes care of one of the very critical criterias in PowerPoint presentation, which is alignment. So if you see, your slides are just perfectly aligned. So this is perfectly aligned. When you move on to the next slide, it is not going to show any mismatch in alignment. So we haven't put the title here. If you put the title, it's going to come up absolutely fine. So just take a look here. This is financial snapshot 2013. Financial snapshot. Now just see, it just takes care of the alignment very perfectly. So these are slide masters. This was the use of slide masters. And I strongly recommend to you that if you're working on anything more than about 7 odd slides in your presentations, please do use the slide masters in your presentation. That's about it for this session, and I hope you found this session useful. Stay tuned for more sessions on Goodly. And thank you very much. Do take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.